everyone, it's Nick here with Nick's hard rock CD album review. Hope everyone's doing well. The band we're going to look at today is Poison. Now, this is their third album called Flesh and Blood, and here's a picture of the band. And actually, might be a better picture here. Yeah, it's slightly better. On the end there, we've got Bobby Dole, the bass player. There we've got Brett Michaels, lead singer. There we've got Ricky Rocket, the drummer. And on the end there, we've got CC DeVille, guitarist. Yeah, so there's another picture of the band there. I'll just read out the tracks while we've got it. We've got Strange Days of Uncle Jack, Valley of Lost Souls, Flesh and Blood, Sacrifice, Swamp Juice, Unskinny Bop, Let It Play, Life Goes On, Come Hell or High Water, Ride the Wind, Don't Give Up an Inch, Something to Believe In, Ball and Chain, Life Loves a Tragedy, and Poor Boy Blues. Now, this album was actually released in 1990, and of course Poison had released two albums before this one, and both of those albums have gone multi-platinum, and Poison were just getting bigger and bigger, and this carried on the tradition. This was a multi-platinum album, this one. It actually reached number 2 on the American Billboard charts, which is just a fantastic effort. And by 1991, a year after this was released, it had gone 3 times platinum, and so that's 3 million albums plus sold. And in Canada, it had gone 4 times platinum. So, and I think that was just in America. I don't know, but it was just this was a massive album, which was following on from their 2 previous big albums. And yeah, that they Poison were just riding absolutely high on success, and rightly so. Yeah, they did. Actually, I should mention while I've got this showing the front cover here that if you're wondering, it is a tattoo. It looks like a tattoo on skin. It is a tattoo. It's on Ricky Rocket's arm. Ricky Rocket, the drummer, is a tattoo on his arm. So Poison, Flesh and Blood. So it's actually a photo taken of a tattoo on his arm. But in regards to the singles they released Unskinny Bop, which if you haven't heard the song for a while, you'd recognise it if you listen to it. It'll bring back a lot of memories. Unskinny Bop. Also, Something to Believe In, Ride the Wind, Life Goes On, and Flesh and Blood, Sacrifice. They were all singles released off this album. I actually still remember when I got this album, and it was back on cassette, and I used to just play this all the time. It's just a great album, and but the one thing that stands out about this album is that it's more mature than their previous 2 albums. Now, obviously, they've grown up more, they've matured more, they've gone through a bit more of life's experiences, but you can really notice that their playing has improved, their songwriting has improved quite a bit, I reckon. It's just far more mature, and it's a bit more serious. And some of the songs are a little bit dark, if you could say, that they actually deal with issues, in today's society. Well, back then, back in the 1990s, but you can really see that the band is growing, and it's great to see that they'd sort of breaking out of that old mold of the really glam and all the makeup. And you just tell, well, it's hard to see, it's a black and white photo, it's hard to see that they'd even changed their image. Gone was the leather pants and all that, and all the extreme makeup, and they'd gone for a more tougher look. So this album, it's really just mature. Now, the favourite tracks I would have to say is, for me, would be Valley of Lost Souls. And if you read between the lines and listen to the lyrics, I think it's about, you know, trying to make it big in the music industry, and well, back then in Los Angeles, you know, and yeah, the pitfalls, and everyone wants a slice of your success. I think that's what it's about, that song. Unskinny Bop, well, look, it's just a fun song. It's nothing to be taken seriously, but it was a massive hit single for him, Unskinny Bop. If you haven't heard it for a long time, you'll remember it if you play it. It's, yeah. Flesh and Blood, Sacrifice, that's another good song. Let It Play, which has got a bit of a bluesy type feel to that song. And also, speaking of bluesy, their end song, Poor Boy Blues, that's got a real blues, jam type vibe to it. You can really, you just picture the guys just jamming to this song. And Ride the Wind, that's another great song. And reading between the lines and listening to the lyrics, I think that's about motorcycles, which were a big influence on this band. You know, riding Harley Davidsons. All the guys in this Poison used to ride their Harleys around everywhere, which a lot of other musicians did from the hard rock bands. You know, that was the image, riding the Harley Davidson around the streets of LA and everywhere, and the Sunset Strip down in Los Angeles. But Life Goes On, that's another, that's a, it's a ballad. It's a really nice ballad. I think, if I remember rightly, that was about a girlfriend of CC DeVille, the guitarist. As I said, CC there, the guitarist, his girlfriend, or some woman he was seeing. I think she passed away or something like that. I think it's something to do with her. But now the real song that stands out on this album is called Something to Believe In. And this just shows Poison at their pretty much their best, you know, in regards to music playing. It's just a really great song, and the lyrics are really good. It talks about the Vietnam War and how the soldiers came back from the Vietnam War and they were treated really harshly by their own people in America. But the song is actually dedicated to their Poison security guard, who died tragically in a hotel room. But if you the lyrics are just really great. It really shows Bret Michaels, lead singer, and the rest of Poison really showcasing their writing skills and how much they've grown up. Also, another great song, Life Loves a Tragedy. Now, for the life of me, no pun intended, I don't know why this wasn't released as a single. Life Loves a Tragedy. It's a really great song. It starts off slow. It's got the acoustic guitar, but then just kicks into this fantastic rocking song. And yeah, it's got the massive, huge chorus, you know, as most Poison songs have. And yeah, it's just a soaring chorus. And this should have been a single. I don't know why this wasn't a single. It had all the makings of a hit single, but anyway, that's out of my hands. But yeah, but look, overall, just a top album for its time. Well, it still sounds good today. Actually, it really does. It's it's got a mixture of your old school Poison, your party songs like Unskinny Bop and Come Hell or High Water. That's another sort of party song. Don't Give Up an Inch. But then you got the more serious songs like Something to Believe In, Valley of Lost Souls, Flesh and Blood. It's got a good mixture, and Poison were just riding high by this stage. They could do no wrong, and rightly so. Just another brilliant album by Poison. Great band. Now, out of 10, I would give this album, I'll give this an 8 out of 10. You know, it's pretty much faultless. So there we go. There's Poison's third album released in 1990. Yeah, so until then, thank you very much for watching, and I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe, and stay positive and keep on rocking like the boys from Poison did. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.